Well, any parting thoughts or advice to folks out there that want to continue to know more about and learn about Data Vault?
Yeah. So I think, if I may, I'd like to just sort of clarify, if I can, for a moment, about what this advanced virtual data vault is, extension really is, just at a really high level. And so what I'd like to just say about this is that, Dan has always been a visionary. He's constantly reading, researching about future trends, looking at ways to innovate. Data Vault would not be as flexible as it is in its implementation architecture if it didn't allow for innovations in the technological landscape, right? So a huge part of that has to do with the fact that it is what we call platform and database technology independent. And because of this, when new technologies do get introduced into the marketplace, we're always looking at ways to help customers take advantage of those platforms. And so we innovate, but we innovate with the standards in place. So, in 2018, at the first and only so far European conference we've had of WWDVC, one of the things Dan did was talk about predictions. He loves giving predictions, and so he talked about this concept that soon data would be simply too large. It would be too much data. It would be too large to move, right? And that thinking of his started back in, around 2012. He actually started blogging about it when that wave was rising with Hadoop. So he's been thinking about this, this problem of data being, too big to move for over a decade. And 2 years ago, he started working on this extension to Data Vault that just fits beautifully into this arena. It enables companies that have Data Vault 2 compliant warehouses to sort of add to their toolboxes. And it ensures that there's no loss of the investment that has been made, right? There's no, retraining investment. There's no refactoring investment. What's been built continues and is preserved. So what this advanced virtual Data Vault extension does is it ensures that, what we've always taught, which is, that as it relates to standards and rules around the Data Vault model, the Data Vault 2 is a logical model. How the model is implemented physically may look different, right, from its logical design. So when we start talking about this extension, this advanced virtual Data Vault is something that Dan's been blogging about for years, right? So now that we've arrived at this time in industry where data simply is too big to move, we are, as an innovator, addressing that phenomenon that we're encountering now with the amount of data that we have is simply too big to move, which Dan, has been predicting since, 2012 at least. And so we want to be able to ensure that Data Vault is resilient to technology changes in the future. Whatever the technology changes are over the next 5 to 7 years, we're always looking at innovation in technique and enabling the Data Vault standards to continue to stand the test of time so that it remains a methodology that is trustworthy to invest in. And so we think about this, from terms of, hardware vendors and tool vendors, they sort of come and go, but the solid engineering principles behind good data management, data governance, auditability, flexibility, scalable, this kind of resilient design, those principles don't change. So if you have this as your foundation, then you basically invested in educating your teams, learning this methodology so that it grows with your organization and is resilient to the changes in the industry, which is one of the reasons why we're able to offer something like an extension that's based on the logical model to help teams get greater acceleration, right, and reduce this process time, if you will, of the data at the foundational level. So we're excited to announce this. We're excited to talk about it in detail at we've been trying to get Dan to like stand down, just he's really excited about this. He's excited about bringing it to the community, and we're excited too. But we want to launch this at the right time, and so we want to be able to use the conference as a great platform, along with these concepts of mesh and fabric and all these things that are coming out, and put this whole package together for people from a conceptual and standards perspective. So we're excited,
Yeah,
wow,
sounds like it's going to be a great one.
Yeah, that just even makes the conference even more compelling to want to attend. So I think May is going to be a very special month when it comes for data people this year. So
yeah, thank you, Mike.